Welcome back, everyone. You're listening to Show Us, Don't Tell Us on the L&M Radio Network. I'm Papa Bear, and of course, with us tonight, as usual, Skills. And we have Ira Robinson with us tonight. We're talking about his books. And welcome back. Gentlemen, welcome back.
Hello. Welcome back, everybody, to Show Us, Don't Tell Us here live on the L&M Radio Network. And Ira is indeed back. And Ira, good heavens. And you'd like to speak about currently what now?
Okay, so I wanted to finish up as far as the forgiveness factor and this whole emotional addiction pathway of things. And again, I go into a lot more detail about all of this stuff in my book, When Good Relationships Go Bad, and I would love for people to pick it up and experience it for themselves. It's cheap, 99 cents on Amazon right now. You guys can go and pick it up, and I would really appreciate it.
That's cheap.
It is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's very inexpensive.
This forgiveness factor thing is important to remember, too, because as a final thought, I guess, the resolution that I would put forward to people is if the person that abused me and if the person that raped me when I was younger knew that their action had as much of an influence on my life as it did in a negative way, they would get the sickest thrill out of it than you could imagine. They would take a sick pride in the fact that they had hurt me so bad that every relationship that I got into, every decision that I made was affected by their actions. You don't have to live that way. That's the most important thing I can get across to you guys. You don't have to live that way. You can change things. Forgiveness is the first step. Breaking these emotional addictions, breaking these cycles of pain that we put ourselves through over and over and over again, just to fulfill this weird, twisted heroin need that our insane mind thinks that it has to have. You know, you can change these things, and that's what that book is there to do. It's to help you, give you the tools that you need to get through all of it and move forward into a new freer part of your life. And like I said, for me, you know, it changed my life so radically that I met this woman that has been the best thing that has ever happened to me, and I am eternally grateful to the universe for throwing her into my pathway.
Awesome. So, that's awesome. I didn't get that lucky.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't.
So there you guys go. That's my thoughts on my When Good Relationships Go Bad, and you guys again can pick that up over on Amazon. Just look for my author name, Ira Robinson. You guys can find that book over there, along with all the other books that I've published. So
there you go. All right, cool.
Fantastic.
You've got another one. How to make money from home or without having a job. What is?
How to make money without having a job.
There you go.
Yep. Let's hear it, Ira.
So in this
that's
book,
That's got to be a big seller, huh?
Yeah,
absolutely.
It has sold quite well over the years. I published it about 6 years ago, I think. No, I'm sorry. 2012 is when I published it, so 4 years ago.
Yeah.
It still sells a lot, and it's still very helpful. I still get a lot of feedback from people saying that this was a great read and a great thing to have on hand. In fact, one couple used some of the advice that I gave in the book, and they actually made a complete business out of the advice that I gave.
Wow. Awesome.
Now they're making about $10,000 every couple of months doing this stuff. I mean, I'm like, send some of that money my way. It only costs
$6,000.
Right. Right. So, I'm glad I could help. Grease my palm.
They've made a whole full business out of it. Yeah, exactly. What a grateful thing. Anyways, no, I don't mind. It's great. I think it's a wonderful thing to help people out, and hopefully I'm building up at least a little bit of karma for it all. But make up for some of the past crap that I've done.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm entering the gray area at this point, karma speaking. But anyways, no. This book, I put forward some ideas that you guys could do to make some money without having to worry about having a job. So in other words, let's say, for instance, something were to, for God's sake, please no, happen to you, that you became homeless, you had to make some money tomorrow. What are some ways that you could do that? Well, that's what this book.
Lighting.
Moonlighting. Well, basically.
Moonlight.
Yeah, and again, I mean, it's great for, if you want to come up with some extra money for Christmas. I mean, we just passed that, so if you want to, make use of it for next Christmas or whatever, these are things that you guys could do. So I'm going to give some that are not in the book, because I'd like you guys to buy the book. But
you got to give me a copy of that book for allowing you to be on our show.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Seriously though, for me, there's some different things that you guys could do that people just aren't aware of. They're not aware that these different things are available to them to make use of. So let me give one example. A lot of people have computers available to them, and obviously, if you were in a really dire situation, this might not be one for you. And I'll give you a couple that I can think of in a little while. But most people have computers, and a lot of people out there, they have installed on their computers video making software.
Yeah.
And they usually have either a camera, an actual video camera, or many people out there are carrying cell phones that can record video.
Right.
So, with that in mind, there are a couple of things that you could do with those that can make you some extra bucks. Now, I'll give you one example that I can think of. Many people out there are into the real estate biz. They are trying to sell houses, trying to rent apartments, so on and so forth. There are a lot of retailers out there.
Right.
What you can do is you can offer a service to these retailers. I'm sorry, these real estate brokers, to go to a house that they have on their market, on their listings, and record a tour video of the house.
Yeah.
Just good. Listen to 'em.
So you guys could take your camera, take either the video camera or the cell phone that you have, get the best quality that you can do, but go there even with another person if you want to, make it really effective. But you could go there by yourself and just do a walkthrough of the house with the video camera on. Show off everything about the house. If there's something really cool in the house, make sure you really, show that thing off. If there's really cool landscaping, show all the landscaping off.
Right.
If there's, these cool rooms or this nice paint job or, the newel posts sit in such a nice way, emphasize the really awesome things that are there in that house.
Right.
And then go home with that video and create a short, 30-second to 1 minute video off of the best footage of the house that you've got, break it up and tie it together, right? There's tons of software out there that's free to use that you guys can get. And hell, if you've got a Windows Pro, platform, you've got the Windows Movie Maker right there. If you have Mac, you've got, Final Cut Pro is installed on every Mac. The software is there. Okay, you guys can make use of it. It's right there. And if you didn't want to use those, there's tons of freebie other ones out there too. So then you could take that to the realtor and, say, okay, here's your video. You could even email it to them, right?
Yeah.
Of course, I mean, you could work this out ahead of time. But anyways, the idea is these tours of the houses that the realtors have and charge, $25 plus expenses for gas to get there and back, right?
Right.
$30 for a little video that it took you, maybe an hour's worth of time out of your day to go and record, and put together.
Yeah.
$30, right? The realtors, they jump on these things because it makes that certain advertisement of that house stand out. Because most of the realtors, they just go, they take a picture of the outside of the house and that's all you get, right?
Right.
Well, all these guys, they have websites, so they can, on their website for the listing of that particular house, they can attach this video on there. You can even them. You could upload it to YouTube onto your YouTube account, and then they can just link the video right there to their page, basically.
Yeah.
So they jump at the chance because they don't have the time to do this. I mean, some of these guys have 100 houses that they have to do. That's a lot of time out of their day to try to get videos off of. I mean, they make 10, 15 grand sometimes off of these houses for their commission. $25 to create these tour videos is nothing to them, and hell, that's less than they pay to put the advertisement in the newspaper.
Right. Yeah.
So they'll jump on the chance to do this kind of thing. That's just one thing that you can do with a video camera that everybody has. I mean, if you've got a cell phone, and most people out there do, this is something that you guys could do to make a couple extra quick bucks. And again, of course, work this out ahead of time with the realtor. Don't just, go there and break into the house, record the video and say, here, I made this video for you. Now you owe me $30.
Right.
Work it out ahead of time. Tell them, look, be professional, because these are professionals that you don't just walk in there, with hair down to your knees and the dreadlocks flowing, and, your 50, piercings in your face, and walk in there. Hey, I want to make a video for you. No, that's okay.
You can't get a deal and it goes something like this, man, because I recorded it.
Yeah.
I mean, you could do it as an effective business if you walked in there with your biker pals. Hey, I made you this video. You're going to do this whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
I think they're.
Vinny says you're going to buy this, right?
Exactly.
That's right.
Yeah. Don't make me give Vinny. He says you're going to buy it. You're going to buy it.
So that's just an idea. Now, another idea with video camera too is you can advertise the service. Create a website, put it on Facebook. My God, how many people are out there on Facebook? Right? And again, same thing with that recording service. With other things too. Take it past that. Take it to the next level. Okay, you could do the same thing with cars, car lots. How many car lots are out there that would love to have a really cool inside out video of the car that they're trying to sell and pay you $15 to do it? Right. Something they don't have time to do.
Yeah.
Their salesmen suck at this kind of thing as a general rule. And again, they got better things that they can do too. So do this for them.
You kidding me? With used cars these days, you can make money making a video on how to use the damn radio.
There you go. Exactly.
My God, they got these TV screens. It does everything but make love to you, and it's sitting in the middle of your dashboard, and it's like, okay, great, wonderful. I've got this TV screen here. Is this a distraction or does it actually work?
How do I actually use this damn thing?
Yeah. Help me.
How about holograms while you're currently driving down a road as you hit that telephone pole?
Yeah. It's like, you know what? We're gonna.
Bummer.
Yeah, we're not gonna show you exactly how these features work because, the salesmen are too busy making money. We'll just give you a link to the video. You can go watch it here.
Yep. Exactly. So, there's all these different kinds of possibilities. Again, you could take it to another level. How many people out there have pets? There's so many people that are out there that have dogs and cats, bunnies, you name it. And unfortunately, those pets do pass away. And so one service that I talked to somebody about and said, hey, do this. I think you can make money off of this. They offer to console people. Basically, it's a this is your life kind of video for their pet.
Right.
So, they can provide you with the pictures of their pet. You take that, set of pictures or movies or whatever, make it into a really nice, really emotional filled kind of video that's like a minute long, 2 minutes long, whatever the case may be. Use whatever materials you got. Put some really, cool, sad music to it, the mood music kind of thing, and set it to be really nice looking. Make some really cool looking titles, or get Photoshop, and you guys can. You don't even have to use Photoshop. Use GIMP. You can download GIMP for free.
Yeah. I got Photoshop.
All these things. They're the tool's free to use right there, right? And you've got the camera, you've got the equipment. Why not make use of it? It does things other than getting on Facebook, people.
Right.
So you can do these things and then sell that for $50 to the family, right?
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know somebody that does this, and they make a killing doing this. They get people from all over the nation that send them an email. You can do it. It doesn't have to be local.
Right.
Do it nationwide, worldwide.
Right.
You don't have to do it here in the United States. Do it worldwide. If they've got internet, they could get it.
Right. Yeah.
So these are different possibilities. Now, one place that I would say that you could go to offer the service is a place called Fiverr.com. Now, let me spell that for you.
Fiverr.
It's
F-I-V. Yeah.
Fiverr.com. Fiverr.com.
Yeah.
All right.
What this website does now, it used to be that it was strictly reserved. This is why the title of it is the way it is. It was strictly reserved to
It's $5 a pop.
X for $5, right? And then you, as the provider of the service, would get $4. The company would keep $1 for offering you the place to be able to advertise it.
Yeah.
Now, what they've done now is they have changed their website so that it's not just $5 anymore. You can offer basically what are called add-ons to the gigs that you create that will be set to whatever price you want. So, for instance, with this whole situation, you could set the gigs up so that you're selling the service for, $40 or $30 or whatever, $5 to process everything and then $25 to finalize the delivery or something like that.
Do they still pull 20% out, or is their percentage smaller now?
No, it's a smaller amount now if you're on the higher versions of the gig. So if you're using higher, then it's a lesser amount. So, but it's a really good service. It's a way to get your word out there, and they allow you to post things shy of porn. Is essentially what it comes down to. Nothing illegal, no porn. But anything beyond that, you can do anything there that you want to do. Oh. So again, this is a service that's available to you guys for free. It doesn't cost you anything to be a member on Fiverr and to make use of it, and it's a good way to earn a couple extra bucks.
Yeah. And there you have it, man.
Month. It might pay your bills that month, and if that's the case, then hey, you just did something that most people out there don't do. They spend time on their computers looking at kitten pictures, kitten videos, and looking at fakes.
Right.
You actually made time. So.
Yeah.
Just something to toss out there for the folks, So that's one thing, and what I just gave you there. That's just reserved for if you have a video camera. There's so many other things that are out there that you could do that don't require that kind of thing, don't require any kind of travel or anything like the cars one would or the houses one would.
Yeah.
But let's give another example. Now, I talked earlier about article writing, and this is a good one. I love talking about this one because this is something that I think everybody out there can do. I know people that are dyslexic that can do this. I'm blind, and I did this. I mean, for God's sakes. Okay, if I could do this, you can too. There are multiple companies that are out there, and you can do this again on Fiverr. I'll get to that in here. But there are multiple companies that are out there that they require or they have the need for people that can write articles. Now, by articles, I mean this. There are, for the websites out there. I'm sorry, what?
Sales pitch, stuff like that.
That's more copywriting. I'm not really necessarily meaning that. Although if you could learn copywriting as a skill, oh my God, you've got bank. Right. Okay, because
then there's plagiarism. Good heavens.
No. What I'm meaning is, if you see a sales ad, that's called copy. So anybody that creates the sales ads or newspaper ads, that kind of thing, that's called copywriting. So if you can learn how to create effective copy, oh my God, you literally have a blank check. I mean, seriously, I kid not. I know people making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month making copy. Okay. It is crazy the amount of money that goes into it, but you've got to have some skills to do it. So I actually recommend doing article writing first because it'll get you in the doorway to this kind of thing. It'll lead you down the rabbit hole to copywriting. Right. So article writing goes like this. The websites that are out there, they require, especially in today's Google. Today's Google, it likes things to smell fresh and lemony. It likes it when things
new content.
New content is king. So websites that are out there, 10, 20 years old, they're not getting any web traffic because they've got no new content being put up on their site. Right. So Google has basically almost de-indexed them at this point because they're useless. It's useless content. It's not new, and it's not enough for Google to put up in front of people's faces. Right. So with that in mind, websites want to have content created. But again, website owners, as a general rule, don't have the time to create the content themselves. Right. So what they do is they see people that are going to be creating the content for them, and they will pay you for creating that content. Now, the content that I'm talking about here is let's say, for instance, if somebody has a website that's dedicated to selling dog food, then they want content that's like, the effective or the best benefits of having a scientific dog food, or the scientific diet kind of
Target marketing.
Targeted marketing, exactly, Papa, exactly.
Yeah.
So they require articles to be written that follow this, this line of thinking. What can we put on that's going to drive people to click on our website after they've done a web search for, let's say they say in Google, they type in scientific diet for dogs. They want their website to be right there, number one on top of Google's list, so that they will get that click. Because 50% of all traffic that's searched, or 50% of all searches on Google, hit the first link. And the other the next 25% hit either the second or the third link. It's very important for websites to get up there in that 1, 2, or 3 slot. Anything further down than that, you're down in the direct.
Successfully spidered.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's what these content creators look for, is people that can create these articles that are going to be effective with the keywords that they're looking for. And they'll tell you the keywords they're looking for. They'll tell you, I want you to write an article that's 300 words long, and it contains the keywords scientific diet for dogs.
Right.
Okay? So all you have to do then is create some kind of article that's 300 words long. And trust me, 300 words is nothing. Okay.
Well, you've written books. We realize. Go ahead.
I can knock off 300 words in like literally 5 minutes. It takes nothing, right? So and listen, you guys, when it comes to this stuff, don't be afraid of it, because a lot of people get afraid. They think, "Oh my God, I don't know anything about a scientific freaking diet for dogs. How the hell am I supposed to write 300 words about it?"
Yeah.
Hello, Google.
Yeah.
Right? Hello, Google. You have literally the entirety of the human history at your freaking fingertips. Make use of it besides looking at Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay?
Right.
Well,
you can do something with it. You can type scientific diet for dogs. Go to the first link, and whatever they say there, spin it so that you write in a unique way. It's not plagiarizing. You're just rewriting the content that's there. You're writing it in your own words.
There are websites out there that will give you web content. Okay.
Yes.
And I mean, and it varies depending on the subject. Believe me, I built a whole website doing nothing but free content that I got from other places,
ConstantCreation.com
Pages.
is a good place. Yeah. ConstantCreation.com. I'm sorry, ConstantContent.com is one of the websites that's like that. There's ezinearticles.com. They are, a storehouse again of all of these different articles. Yeah. There are, I kid you not, billions of articles out there, trillions of articles.
And some slight modifications, and now they're yours.
And it's not plagiarism, because an idea is not copyrightable.
That's right. That's like the same thing like a sound. A sound is not copyrightable.
Only the exact words that you write in order are copyrightable.
Exactly.
Right.
That's it. Why do you think there are so many movies that have the exact same theme? Okay,
Yeah.
I mean, if it was a case where ideas could be copywritten, there would literally be nothing new ever again. We'd all be stuck with whatever's out there right now. There's never ever anything new. So again, with all this in mind, there is one website called TextBroker. I'm hitting you guys with a lot of stuff. TextBroker.com. This website is a place for both people that are seeking content as well as those who want to write content. Yeah. What you would do is you log into textbroker.com as a writer, as a creator.
Uh-huh.
When you get into the back door or the back room of this textbroker.com, you will see in lists there different jobs that are being asked for. So in other words, people that are looking for the content creation, they have put up jobs there to have people create the articles through.
Right.
And you will start off as a level 1 writer for them, but the more you write, better you write, the higher in the tiers you go, up to tier 5. I'm a tier 5 writer there myself. Okay. You start off basically with at a level 1, you get 0.7 cents per word. Now that doesn't sound like much, Okay. But when you are writing a 500-word article or 1,000-word article,
Yeah.
that starts to become decent money. You know, right there's $7, right?
Right.
So it's not a small amount considering the amount that you're doing.
Right.
And you don't have to do just that one. You can do as many as you have available at your fingertips to do.
Right.
And again, if you get good enough with this where you can spin things really quickly, you can put out 20 of those in an hour.
Right.
It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
It's not a big. So, and when you get up to a level 5 writer, you get about 2 cents per word. So, I mean, it gets up there pretty damn quickly.
Yeah.
So textbroker.com, they're always looking for people to create the content, and there's always jobs that are available. They just had actually a big extravaganza where they made it so that everybody was up to level 4 on the pay scale, no matter if you were level 1 or level 5.
Oh, I'm kidding.
Because they had so many jobs that were coming in that needed to be completed.
Yeah.
So they kept it as a special deal going on. Anyway, so that's a good one to do. That one, again, these are going to be people there that are specifically looking for things. So again, they're going to provide to you what they want. You just have to go in and write it. There are other places like that content, constantcontent.com. What Constant Content does is they look for people to write articles, and then you put it onto that website and make it available for sale for people to buy. And it's a little bit more of a hit or miss. You know, you might not ever get a sale there, but you might just. You can write about anything, and you can put it there on the site. And if somebody wants to buy it, they'll pay you $50, $100, whatever it is that you set the price for.
Right.
So that's another good site to go to. If you're good at creating articles, you've got a whole bunch of them sitting there. Yeah. Why not make use of them?
Right. Exactly.
That comes down to.
Exactly.
Fiverr.com, they have also now not specifically geared for content creation, but you can offer gigs where you will create content for people. And like I've done this. I've made literally $1,000 a month doing this with no problem. I mean, it's easy to do, right? What you can do is you can set up a gig like the gig that I set up. I wrote my gig as I will write a 400-word article in any genre for $5.
Yeah.
And I got people just coming in like crazy looking for it.
Really?
And I made a special deal that if they ordered multiples, I would give them a knocked off price. So instead of doing it for $5, I'd do them each for $4, right? If they ordered like 10, I'd give it for, bucks, right?
Yep.
And again, I could do it with no. I mean, I've got ways. I've learned ways that I could take one single article, I could rewrite it 16 different times and still be completely original through the whole thing.
Really?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. And I can show people how to do that too. If anybody's really curious about that, I can teach people how to do that with no problem. So
I'm curious about a lot of things. I'm so broke I can't pay attention. It was a bad Christmas this year.
Bummer.
And yeah. I mean, and it's tough. I mean, day to day. It's the way it is. So yeah, you never know, Ira. I might be getting a hold of you for coaching.
Well, that's when you throw a set of pork chops around your neck so the dog can play with you.
Dog died.
Pretty much. But again,
game over now. Yeah.
This is just ways I can help people out when they're in a pinch, or again. I know a lot of people that have made careers out of doing this, and they make a damn fine amount of money doing it. So, taking these ideas and just moving forward, progressing forward a little bit, you can really start to make bank with it.
Yeah.
And that's the point. What can you do to get out from underneath the man a little bit?
Right.
Well, that beats the hell out of panhandling, assuming that you have a computer. Yeah.
And I can't even. And so
yeah, I don't have a pan. I got a computer, but
Well, one of Ira's ex-wives had a pan.
Yeah.
Dishwasher. That's a panhandler, right?
Yeah, exactly. You don't have a pan, but you do have a pot to piss in, so you could use that.
Well, yeah, we don't know where you rent.
That goes along with a lot of.
That window.
The pot to piss in. Don't throw the baby out with the bath.
Or the piss water, as the case.
I'm familiar with that crap.
Oh yeah. I've made that mistake. Anyways, so that's just a couple of ideas as far as like article creation goes. Now, again, you could take it another step forward. And if you're creating content for other people, why not create it for yourself? You could look into making websites for yourself that you can then drive traffic to through these methods that I'm talking about, through what's called search engine optimization. You could create a website for yourself that is specifically geared for one particular very, very niche down subject and have traffic going to it just as organic searches through Google, and then have Google advertising on that website. People click. I mean, I've done this before myself, again, quite a few times, and made a pretty decent amount of money doing it. And I know a lot of people out there that have hundreds of these sites in various forms and formats, and they make, literally thousands and thousands a month doing it. So,
wow.
One of the best I know, he curates, I think if I remember right, the last I heard it was about 125 different websites that he's got curated underneath his little umbrella of things. And he makes about $125,000 a month doing this. I mean, it's just...
I'll tell you, I'd be happy. I'd be happy as a clam making $100 a week.
There you have it.
And even with that, I'd have a savings account. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah. Are you kidding me? I've been without money for so long. Oh, my God. Ugh. Jeez. It's crazy.
Well, good heavens. Ira, send him the frickin' book.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Give him the Cliff Notes on that damn thing.
I haven't worked for 3 years. I pick up money wherever I can and scrape by. But I never had any luck online. That was the problem that I had anyway.
Yeah. A lot of people have issues with it, but the way that I look at things is this. Okay, it can be difficult to get started when it comes to the online stuff, unless you're, again, doing the article writing or things like that, where I mean, these are established websites that you're working through, pretty much you have no problems getting something there. But, when you're doing it on your own,
right.
The thing I would say is that, if you set up a website, for instance, just taking this as an example, okay, well, let me go through this because this is a big one. And I love talking about this one because, again, you can make a lot of money doing this. I kid you not. Let's say, for instance, Google has tools available to people like called the Google Keyword Tool.
Right. Yeah.
Just do a search, Google Keyword Tool, through Google, and you guys will be taken to a website that Google has set up for people that advertise with Google. Now, you can make use of it yourself as well by using it to search for things that interest you. And I'd say do things that interest you, because if you create a site on, howtocrochet.com or something like that, right? Or how I knit in pearl.com or whatever the case may be, and you have either no experience with or no interest in crocheting in any way, shape, or form, you're going to have a bad time with it, okay?
Yeah, knitwitch.com.
Don't do it. Yeah. So, do something that's a topic of interest to you. If you're into sports, think about something with sports that you're specifically interested in. Do a single sports team that you're interested in. Although, if you do that, I would not name the website something regarding that specific team. I'd do it something like, I don't know, you guys are better with sports than I am.
Not me.
What's the nickname of like your favorite sports team?
Like the Tribe.
No.
The Tribe? Okay, so you can do something like, tribemerchandise.com or something like that, right? I'm sure that's out there, but just as an example, throwing it out.
I don't know where you got that from, but go ahead.
Anyways, so you could do a website like, Tribe Merchandise here, something along those lines. But anyways, look on Google keywords for things that interest you. Just type in organically, like Tribe Merchandise or I don't know, where are the tribes going to play next? Something.
Freedom.
Right? And what is the keyword tool is going to give you back a bunch of results that are related to that topic that you searched for. Yeah. It might give you ones that are like 1 word long, 2 words long, 3 words long. Those are fine, but ignore those. What you're going to look for is what are known as long tail keywords.
Yeah.
These are keywords that have basically 4 or more words involved, and the more the merrier.
Some more detailed search. Yeah.
The more detailed search. Because what happens is when you get those results back, these are actually searches that people have typed into Google. And Google has stored them and knows that 5,000 people per month from Indiana search for tribe merchandise on Google, right?
Yeah.
They break it down even to that level of things, where you can look and see, the amount of organic traffic that comes in from these really elaborate type of keywords. So what you're going to do is you create a website that's specifically geared towards that singular long tail keyword,
right,
as your subject. So through GoDaddy, for instance, GoDaddy.com, most of the time you can find domain names for sale there for 99 cents for the first year.
Right.
Cheap and easy to, right?
Yeah.
And it's not going to cost you much out of pocket to do anything. So if it doesn't go right, who cares? It's just
well,
a bot,
you got to
right?
worry about hosting after that. But yeah, go
But
ahead.
the hosting, I was just going to get into that. So I use HostGator myself. They tend to be pretty cheap comparatively, and I've never had a problem with the service that I've had with them.
Yeah.
I've used them now for about 10 years, and it's just been really good for me.
Yeah.
So HostGator.com, they're one that I recommend. They have a package that I have, for instance, that allows me to have an unlimited amount of domains, and it's a single price per month for all of those domains.
Really?
So what I do is I point the name server from GoDaddy over to my HostGator account,
Yeah.
and then I host service there on my HostGator account.
Right.
And then I just create a simple website for it. I create a website. I'll prettify it. I'll make it so it's attractive so that people don't click it and go, oh my God, this is the worst neon colored crap I've ever seen in my life.
Now, you make your own websites, or do you do WordPress?
Now, I like doing WordPress. The reason why is because at this point in time, WordPress websites. Now, I don't use WordPress.com. I don't use the free websites. This is important because the WordPress.com sites do not allow you to put your own advertising on there. If any ads are shown, they're through WordPress site itself. You won't get any money from it. It's a free site. It's a free site for a reason.
Okay.
But you can use the WordPress platform installed on your own system.
Really?
Your own host.
Okay.
It's a WordPress. It's a WordPress backbone,
Yeah.
but WordPress.com has nothing to do with it.
Right. Okay.
So it's your own. So I use WordPress as the themes, as the backbone for it, because you can create some pretty nice looking elaborate websites with WordPress backbones nowadays. And it's very, very easy to work with, and it's very, it's free. You don't have to pay anything to set up WordPress on your site unless you pay somebody to set it up for you. Which, by the way, we have that service available over at OpenEyesNetwork.com. My wife, Jolene, and I, and we are taking applications. Anyway, no, seriously, we'd love to set up websites for people.
There you go.
You guys can look at OpenEyesNetwork.com and take a look at the websites that we've created. Go to LNMRadioNetwork.com and take a look at the website we created.
Yeah.
We created the website there for them. Right. Anyways, so you can make some really nice looking websites, and it's free. It's free to do. The only thing you do is pay for the name of the domain, 99 cents through GoDaddy most of the time. You can find a coupon code. Just type in GoDaddy coupon code. It's right there.
Yeah.
So they have new ones every they come out with.
Yeah.
And then you're hosting through HostGator or whatever hosting site you want to use. Whatever's cheap and sleazy for you to get. Just make sure you do one that's got a reliable track record with it.
Yeah.
Because you don't want your site going down tomorrow. Because the site will go out.
Exactly.
But again, HostGator I've used for 10 years. Had no problems with them. I love them. So, and just set a site that's geared towards that specific keyword, and then set up advertising through Google AdSense.
Yeah.
Just Google AdSense ads on your website. There's a couple of restrictions with it to keep in mind.
Yeah.
Google AdSense only allows you to do 3 ad blocks per page on your website.
Okay.
So you can only have 3 slots for ads. You can't just, spam your whole freaking blog with nothing but Google ads, right? They only allow 3 blocks on your pages, right? Not a big deal though. The point with Google AdSense, it works best if you have an ad above the fold and an ad on the left side of the web page.
Yeah.
Because that's where people are going to look the most first.
Yeah.
Human being, what you can look up website heat map. Just type in the Google search with that website heat map, and people have created these heat maps where they show you where the most looks are on a web page at any given moment in time. So when a person first website, they're looking in the top left corner and they're scanning downwards on the left-hand side. That's just the way that human beings are. Psychologically speaking, almost every single person that clicks on your site is going to do that. So the best place to put your ads is at the top of the page and on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
Because that's where the most eyes are going to be at any given moment in time when they come to your site.
Yeah.
And most likely, something's going to be there that's going to cause them to click because it's going to be related to the topic that you've got posted on your site. And they came to your site because they found it through Google. You see what I mean?
Right, yeah.
You don't pay for any traffic. The more content you put onto the site, the more content you create for the site, the better. Because, again, Google loves the fresh smell.
Right. And
they kind of give a boost to new websites if they have well-written content. And by well-written, I just mean it's not, hey, period, how am I doing, period, buy this scientific diet, period. There's your content.
Your attention, bottom line.
Right.
Yeah.
If you got something that's got a couple paragraphs in it, they're going to like it.
Sure, exactly. Because Google's gotten very adept. Their AI is very smart. It knows what human beings like to read and how they read. Yeah. So if it can read it as the human being would, then it considers it fresh new content and it'll put it up in the rankings.
Right.
You can even, every time that you do a web search, like for scientific food diet, right? You could do a search for that, and probably most likely Wikipedia is going to be one of the first links that comes up.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. And it's not going to be like that exact keyword. It's going to be something like, scientific diet, right? Not scientific diet for dogs, but it'll just be like scientific diet.
Yeah.
Something like
first
that.
Two words.
Diet.
Yeah.
Well, with your site, because your site is more specifically geared towards that equal keyword, Google's actually going to rank you higher than Wikipedia.
I see.
You might even be higher than YouTube videos.
Right. Well, there you go.
So, of course, that's not all that there is to it, but that gives you guys a really good start. And I'll tell you what, the information I just gave you in this past 20 minutes, I have seen people charging $2,000+ for to learn.
Yeah.
I just gave it for free. Make use of it, folks.
Cool.
Buy my books, Ira Robinson on Amazon.com. If you guys want to buy Silent Steps in the paperback or hardback, I'm available worldwide. NeelyWorldwidePublishing.com is a great place to get it. You can also get it through Amazon, Barnes & Noble, any physical bookstore. You can get it through there. I'd love for you guys to pick it up. Help support me. It'd be awesome. And I'm coming out with the sequel here pretty soon.
Awesome.
And there you have it, man. Ira Robinson, like I said, he's an encyclopedia of knowledge. He has a memory like an elephant and does so much research. You have no idea.
He's the backbone of Late Night in the Midlands,
He is. Bottom line.
You're the man. You're the man.
I'm very happy here where I am, and I'm grateful for all the listeners and for all of you guys out there, that have been here with us all along. I love it. This is why we're here.
You help me. You helped me quite a bit with my streaming here, with my programming, if you will. And some other programs that are in there. That helped me out quite a bit. I mean, I'm a mechanic guy. You know what I mean? I'm the guy that'll work on your car or do plumbing or carpentry and stuff like that. This stuff here, it's like, wow. And then, of course, I have to do this thing called reading, with my ADD and dyslexia and this, that, and the other. It could take me weeks to get this stuff down. But actually, it's kind of working out all right, I guess. I don't know. But, Ira, you're still here, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay, good. We're in, last 10 minutes or so. You've already put in your plug. You've got a website, right, which is Open Eyes Network?
OpenEyesNetwork.com is my main website. You guys can go there and listen to the archive of all of my shows available. We have Open Eyes, we have Brothers at Arms, we have Duct Tape Nation, that one's hosted by Joe, but I'm a frequent flyer on that show myself. And as is Skills, he comes on live all the time, but that one too. And we also have Adventures in Autism, and we have the Positude podcast. That one I host with Maggie Hart, and that one is specifically for nothing but positive news stories. Positive, there's a lot of comedy in the show, a lot of music in the show. It's kind of a really cool, a review show to give you a nice shot in the arm before you start your week. That one airs on Sundays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I also co-host Money and Change with Stu Shear. That one's a fun show. You guys had him on your show a couple of weeks ago.
Stu's a pretty good guy. Yeah, we talked a little bit about money, silver and gold, and the banking system and all that.
Peter.
Peter Klang, he's a blast. So all of those shows you guys can listen to over at OpenEyesNetwork.com. We also have them on YouTube on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/C/Open Eyes Network. And we also put out news stories on that channel all the time as well. Although we haven't done it over the past month or so because of time constraints. I've been writing my book, so a lot of time goes into that one. I'm in the furious mode of trying to get that one created. But I'd love for people to subscribe to me over there on YouTube. We come out with new shows on Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Money and Change airs on Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're setting up the website for my writing specifically over at write-blind.com. You guys can also catch me on Facebook. We're everywhere, Open Eyes Network, on all of the different social media platforms. And also my personal page, Ira Robinson, there as well. Search me up and hit me up with a friend request. I'm friendly.
He's a friendly guy.
There you go.
If anyone has any questions about come out tonight, I would love to hear from you guys. You can send me an email to feedback@openeyesnetwork.com.
There you go.
There you have it.
Now, we do make copies of these. I'll make some sort of a shoddy type video I have in the past that I'll put on YouTube. And the username there is Papa Bear. It's P-A-P-A and B-A-R-E. It's two separate words. And you can catch some of our archives there. I haven't done all of them, but also the archives should be available at the LNMRadioNetwork.com or LateNightInTheMidlands.com. And if you head on over to the website, there's a chat and listen room. You can go in there. I mean, we've got a real good chat group in there. I've got a bunch of awesome people, moderators and such, so that things don't get out of hand. People from all over the world. You chat and listen, and if you could, please, LNM Radio, Late Night in the Midlands, they're the ones that keep us going. I mean, it's their stream that we use to keep our radio show going. So if you like our show, head on over to LateNightInTheMidlands.com, click on that donate, and give it a quick donation, or listen to Michael's shows, Late Night in the Midlands, and you'll be able to get all of his archives. He's got 9 years of archives there, and there's a lot of interesting shows. He has some pretty good guests on there. So, and it's well worth it. It's very well worth it. Skills, have anything you want to say before we close this up and call it a night?
Now, guys and gals, keep this in mind. Late Night in the Midlands was developed by Michael Vera, and he has an archive of shows. His right-hand man is Ira Robinson, who, like I said, has a memory like an elephant. But anyways, guys and gals, you get a few minutes. Good heavens, a $5 donation. LNM Radio Network, you have a boatload of information, such you will never find in a library or online. Granted, you'll have to go through a bunch of it because you'll never, ever find it online. Subscribe, that's how you find it. Anyways, good heavens. Ira, thank you for being on the show, and we will indeed catch up with you later, man. Thank you, man.
Thanks for having me on, guys. I definitely appreciate it. Have a great night out there, everybody, and keep safe.
Thanks, Ira. Thanks for being here. We really appreciate it. And we're going to have you on again some other time to get into a little more detail about some other things, too. You never know.
I would love it.
And you never know. I might wind up showing up on your show one time.
I would love it.
All righty. Good enough. And
absolutely.
With that, we're going to call it a night. You have been listening to Show Us, Don't Tell Us on the LNM Radio Network. Thanks for joining us Join us again next week, same time, same place, same smiling face, right? Something like that. Anyway, good night, everyone. Take care.